Man's heart beating like a drum set. Breathe, stretch, let it go. Everybody need a refresh. Go. When I break through, I don't know what comes in, but I couldn't care less. I refuse to feel stress. There's no fear in my chest. Hear the boom of my steps. Walk away from the pain I've been through. This feeling I'm feeling is brand new. This is the moment I break through.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Atlanta Motor Speedway and Hutchinson Motorsports TV for some Tuesday night racing tonight. We got the 5150 Cup Series here at Atlanta. Should be a good one. Got about 15 or so cars signed in here tonight. We're wrapping up practice right now. Just a little bit more than a minute left. Right now, top of the leaderboard. Who would have guessed it? One of the worst drivers in the field. Logan Festchishin, top of the board, folks. Unbelievable. Never would have guessed it. 29.89. That's a track record here, folks. Logan Festchishin is in a rocket ship tonight. That number 19. Tell you who's not fast, the lone Canadian in the field, Riley Sullivan. He's logged more laps than anybody, and he is only in 7th place. That Montreal, Quebec native, number 69 Air Canada machine is junk. Newcomer to the league, Toby Bird. He guaranteed a win coming into this one, and looking like junk. He's running 11th. Folks, I tell you what, that number 22 is slow. Get on the gas, Toby. Yep, the two Barfields are in town here. Bryce Barfield, the McDonough, Georgia native. He's bad fast. And then his brother, Peyton Barfield. He's trying to work with these clowns up here. He's trying to gain some speed, but it's just not working. But we're about to jump into qualifying action here in about 10 seconds or so. Again, folks, we appreciate you tuning in, spending your Tuesday night right here. Hutchinson Motorsports TV, best in the business. #1 streaming service in the world. 100% confirmed fact. You know, I say it every race, but in case you forgot, quit wasting your money, ladies and gentlemen, on junk streaming services. Get rid of them all, because all you need is one of them, and that's Hutchinson Motorsports TV, the largest streaming library in the world. All right, folks, time to jump straight into qualifying action with about 15 or 16 cars here tonight. Let's see who the first ones that jump out on the track are. We got Peyton Barfield jumping out there, Thomas Villano, Peyton Barfield, I already said that. Brian Samara. Let's see what old Brian Samara has. A Coral Springs, Florida native. The USA number 53 machine. He's wondering where his teammates are. Well, Aaron Poplin's here, but JT Tinker no-showing. No call, no-show for the 93 of JT Tinker. I tell you what, that Brian Samara is not one happy camper after his driver just absolutely no-shows here at Atlanta, where his team could really use him. But meanwhile, Brian going to take the green flag in that number 53. Heading into turn 1, trying to build as much momentum as he can. We're going to watch him go around the speedway. Brian Samara, the USA number 53 machine, coming through the trial. He's going to cross the line. Lap time 31.55, folks. That's junk. That is absolute junk. 31.55. That ain't going to cut it, Brian. Get on the gas. Meanwhile, the 20 machine of Villano, top of the board, 31.41. Then we got newcomer to the league, Toby Bird, guaranteed to win, and boy, is he slow. Can he figure it out? Let's hop on board, see what he's doing wrong in the cockpit. Hutchinson Motorsports Cockpit View, the best view in the business. The Huber Heights native, Toby Bird, no clue where Huber Heights is. And look at that lap time, folks, 32.23. Toby Bird is slow. But he's out here for his final lap around the speedway. Meanwhile, Peyton Barfield, top of the board, 31.31 for Barfield. Is that good enough to hold on to the top spot here? His brother Bryce right behind him, 31.32. It's a Barfield front row. Meanwhile, Toby Bird going to cross the line. And terrible lap for Bird, 31.53. This guy is no wheelman, folks. Meanwhile, the number 33, Chris Vincent, running the 49ers paint scheme here. You know, tonight, we did tell people to bring out their NFL paint schemes, and it seems like only a few of these clowns did it. Here's Logan Festitian. Had quick time in practice, but it's one thing to get it with a draft. It's another to wheel that thing to the pole all on your own. It's the Brockport New Yorker, though, the youngin' Logan Festitian. What does the number 19 have for us, folks? We're going to hop on board as the 19 is rolling the top, trying to gain as much momentum as he can. Entering the trioval, he's going to go through the apron. Crossing the line, Festitian. First lap, 32.05, but Logan was trying to get some momentum that lap. We're going to see if he can do better this time around. I'd sure hope so. What a disappointment it'd be to go from first to last between qualifying and practice. So we'll keep our eyes here on this 19 machine. Looking pretty slow, not going to lie. The Bass Pro Shops 19, Logan Festitian, going through the trioval. He's going to cross the line. His lap time's going to be 31.40. Not too horrible, but not fast either. And here's Cody Chasm, the Hampton Virginian. Let's get some Hutchinson Motorsports music going, though, because, folks, this stuff, definitely the best in the business. We'll just kick back, relax, enjoy the end of qualifying. We got a couple more cars out there. Meanwhile, we watch that number 63 of Aaron Poplin go around the speedway. He concludes his qualifying run. Currently in 7th place, 31.42. Shout out to Aaron Poplin. I tell you what, this man must have a knack for losing because he is a Carolina Panthers football fan. Aaron, where is the paint scheme? How can you not support your team, the Carolina Panthers? What a ball club to watch. Must be an exciting time to be a Carolina Panthers fan. How about Cody Chasm putting up a stinker here? He's qualifying at 12:31.50, but he's not as slow as newcomer Toby Bird. After saying he was going to win the race, puts down a stinker of a qualifying lap, 31.53. Folks, he's the slowest car in the field. But we got about 4 more minutes left before we jump into tonight's main event, Atlanta Motor Speedway 5150 Cup Series. You're not going to want to miss it.
What's going on?
Brian, Blake up in the booth. You got me?
Oh yeah, I got you.
Hey, how you feeling tonight about the car?
Well, it feels like it drives pretty decent. I don't know if it's particularly fast. I'm down a teammate tonight, so we'll see how that goes. But we'll see. It's a
Yep.
super speed. Anything can happen.
Yeah, for sure. And that's something I wanted to bring up. Is it true that the 93 of JT Tinker just no call, no show, didn't even show up tonight without letting you know?
Well, he's actually sadly lost his social life. We're gonna have a moment of silence for him here on the grid. But if we're gonna have to do something about him because he can't keep not showing up for this job of ours here.
Yeah,
This 5150 is serious business.
Yeah, it's honestly just astonishing that somebody could have such an opportunity and just be willing to throw it away.
Yeah, I mean it's terrible with him. I mean, what's he throwing this away for? Money? Come on, you'd rather have fun with your friends.
Yeah, I mean, it's one night a week. You can call into work once a week. Am I right or what?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he can call out on like Thursday when we're not doing something important. He needs to be here.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, tonight, Aaron Poplin, he's looking just a little bit faster than you. What you think that 63 can park in victory lane tonight?
And we can do everything. I'll definitely help him and see if we can make that happen. It'd definitely be good. I gotta try and outscore that 33 car tonight, though. So we'll see what we can do in regards to that. He's already making it hard on us, but if I can help Aaron try and win something over trying for that points battle, then I'll make that happen too.
Yeah, well, that'd be great to see. But, and the last thing I got, I'm a little disappointed. It's the NFL paint scheme night, and Aaron Poplin is not supporting his Carolina Panthers.
Well, he's pretty embarrassed about that, and he figured he'd rather support his dying restaurant chain than his very sad football team. So
Well,
he's stuck with that.
yeah, I definitely can't blame him. Rumor is he had a Panther scheme, but after Sunday, he decided to take it off.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, he even has a couple of paint schemes that are Panthers themes. He just won't run them, but I can't say I blame him. I thought about running my Panther scheme tonight, but it wouldn't have fit the theme, and it's the race before 9/11. I had to run my America paint scheme. It's too good.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Probably the best looking car of the night, but that'll definitely be easier to see once we get the whole field to grid up. But hey, before the race starts, we're going to let you head down and get ready.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, well, best of luck tonight, Brian.
We appreciate you.
There's Brian Samara, car owner and team owner, Team BCI. You heard it from him. He had a driver just not show up. Can you believe it? In the biggest series in the world, JT Tinker has a ride and he just doesn't show up. Unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. But it's time to grid up here, folks. Let's get your starting lineup. Here's tonight's starting lineup at Atlanta Motor Speedway. 5150 Cup Series action. Hutchinson Motorsports Stevie. We got a 100-lapper here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Non-stop action. It's drafting time. Your starting lineup. On the pole, it's the number 33. He's your points leader, Chris Benson. 2 is outside, the number 94, Peyton Barfield. Row number 2 on the inside, gonna be the number 37, Bryce Barfield. 2 is outside, the number 28, Chad White. Row number 3 on the inside, the number 20 machine, Thomas Villano. 2 is outside, it's the number 19, Logan Festich. Kicking off the number 7 position, it's the 63 of Aaron Poplin. 2 is outside, his teammate, his car owner, the 53, Brian Samara. Kicking off in the 9th spot, it's the number 69, he's the lone Canadian in the field, Riley Sullivan. 2 is outside, the number 38, he looks slow here tonight, folks. Cam's had some serious speed, but he looks like junk at Atlanta. It's Cam Patterson. Row number 6 on the inside, the number 71, Justin Rhodes. 2 is outside, the number 3, Cody Chasm. And in the final row, the 2 slugs in the field. It's the 00, Evan Dyes, and 2 is outside. He was talking all kinds of smack, but he's junk. It's the 22, Toby Bird. There's your starting lineup, Atlanta Motor Speedway. Sold out crowd, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Are you not entertained? Are you ready for some racing? These fans have been here since 5 a.m. when the gates open. They are ready to see some racing. Field is set. Believe you're about to see the pace car head in and get out of the way. Let's hop up to our eyes in the sky. The Hutchinson Motorsports blimp pace car is in. Field is set. Fans, on your feet, off your seats. Let's go racing. Green flag in the air at Atlanta. Good start from Vincent there in the 49ers 33 machine. Vincent's going to cover up representing his favorite football team, the 49ers. Gonna roll with the high line. Chris Vincent looking good, but right on his back bumper is Peyton Barfield, and underneath him, Bryce Barfield's getting a run on the bottom line. Side by side draft in action. 100 lappers here, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna have a stage break at the end of lap 30, and these guys do have one faster pair, remember that. But Chris Vincent, he's your points leader and he's your race leader. Looking good here early on. Let's go through the field a little bit. How about Chad White representing the Los Angeles Rams in the number 28 machine? The Loudon, Tennessean of Chad White. He's going to roll to the bottom. The LA Rams 28 machine wants the race lead, but he's got no help. Can Chad White pull it off all on his own? He's finally going to get a little boost. Right on his back bumper, Bryce Barfield giving him a push. Side by side. Can Chad pull it off? Not yet. Tell you what, Chris Vincent is just too fast for these boys. You may as well throw the checkered flag, folks, because that 33 of Chris Vincent is on a rail tonight. Absolute missile. Let's go through the field. Who's junk back here? Dead last, Justin Rose. That number 71 Starry Ford is junk. Let's hop on board, see why this thing is so slow. I'm not sure if he can even hold the draft. He might just have to drop back and get lapped. Justin Rhodes, he's running a piece of junk out here. Look at this. Oh, man, he's just dropping like a rock. Something's not right with that car, or the driver is just terrible. I don't know which one it is. As we look through the field, let's see what else we got going on. Newcomer, Toby Bird, still running in the back. Here he is, folks. Toby Bird, the number 22. Oh, and he almost junks a guy. Toby Bird almost junks the 3 car. That was a close one, Cody Chasm. Meanwhile, out front, Chris Vincent, still your race leader, but here comes White on that inside line. We got Feshishin into the wall. He's going to throw it to the back. The 19 of Feshishin taking over last place. He might lose the draft here, folks. Feshishin's in trouble. Hopefully he can hang on to the back of that draft. He might be able to. But we got a new race leader for the time being. It's Chad White, the number 28. The Loudon, Tennessean, getting a big boost there from the 37 of Barfield. Barfield, the second car on the inside. His brother, Peyton Barfield, the second car on the outside. They're side by side. They might want to junk each other. And Chris Vincent going to take over the race lead once again after a good push from Peyton. You know, I was talking to Chris last night. He was asking me some setup help. I said, sure, Chris, I'll help you out, bud. You've had a good season. Chris has been dominating this whole year. He's your points leader for a reason. But so I gave him some setup tips. He was working on his car. He had the wrenches out, fixing it up, doing everything I told him because he knows that the GOAT, Blake Hutchinson, is an absolute setup genius. But after that, he said he really thought he had a good shot to win it tonight, especially after the little bit of help I gave him. So we're going to see if that 33 can hold out front, but it's sure looking like that setup I gave him is bad fast. And we drop back here, Aaron Poplin in the 63. Here he is. He's way back here. He's looking pretty slow. You know, I was walking through the garage early on. This afternoon, and Aaron was just sitting there with a bag over his head. I was like, Aaron, what the hell are you doing? He said, is the NFL season over yet? Because you got to remember, folks, he's a Panthers fan. And did you guys see that game? They got absolutely embarrassed by a mediocre Saints team. So Aaron's ready for the NFL season. They come to an end. He doesn't even want to watch anymore. He's an avid Panthers fan. Meanwhile, looks like his boss, Brian Samara, has found his way to the front of the pack. He said, Aaron, I don't have time to sit back and screw around. I'm going to the front. If you want to be a loser and stay back here, you go ahead and do it. But I'm going to lead this race. Brian Samara, first car in the bottom lane. He's getting a big push from that 28 car of white. Well, I tell you what, Chris Vincent is just rolling the top, and we got one off pace here. Down to the apron, able to save it and get back in line immediately. So the bottom line going to lose all kinds of momentum. Samara with no help. And we got the lone Canadian in the field. The Air Canada Guinness, number 69, Riley Sullivan. The Canadian Missile. He's known for junking people. Here he is, though, as we head in a lap number 12 out of 100. 5150 Cup Series action. We're at Atlanta here tonight, folks. 100 laps. These guys pushing each other hard. Uh-oh, looks like Poplin's off pace. That 63 is junk after all. He has lost the draft, and it looks like Festchishin as well has lost the draft. So 2 cars off the... 3 cars. Toby Bird as well. So we got Bird, Festchishin, and Poplin all off pace and have lost the draft. Evan Dice says, later, nerds. I was in last. Now I'm in 4th to last. That 00 while on machine is all over the place. But back out front here, Chris Vincent, that number 33, he's hooked up. He's been leading the whole thing, basically. Let's hop on board and see how that car is handling. The Hutchinson Motorsports cockpit view. Let's find it. Here it is. We're on board with your race leader, Chris Vincent, rocking the Hutchinson Motorsports setup. Best setup in the business, folks. Believe it or not. Boy, that car is handling smooth. It's like he's out on a Sunday drive out there. He can just put that car wherever he wants. Chris Vincent, look at that fast here. Meanwhile, the bottom line has been struggling to gain momentum all race long. It's all about being on top here. We're going to see who wants to give the bottom another run. Because Samara is still your leading car there, but he's quite a bit back. My guess, you're going to see one of these cars in front of him take that bottom line in front of Samara. If I was one of those top 4 cars, I'd give it a shot. So we're still clean and green. Lap number 16 out of 100. Haven't had a single incident. These guys being patient. They know it's a long race. And we're going to have a stage break here in about 15 more laps. As the field's starting to move around a little bit here. Bottom lane getting a push. Chad White trying to shove that junk 53 up to the front. Tell you what, that 28 of Chad White's bad fast here tonight. You know, last time I saw Chad at a super speedway, we were running together. And he was giving me a good little push, and out of nowhere, he hung me out to dry. I gave him the middle finger, and I promised him, Chad, next time I run with you, buddy, I'm taking you out. Oh, and he dumps Brian Samara. He almost took him out. That was intentional. Samara trying to come back on track. Almost got sideways. Chad White is probably going to lose the draft here, folks. Chad White trying to take out the 53 car because Chad's one of the dirtiest drivers in the field. unable to take him out and ends up taking himself out. And it looks like White has lost the draft. So there's 4 cars off the draft. Chad White, the newest one. Samara was able to fall back in the line here. Oh, and we throwing a block for last. How did you see that, folks? Bryce Barfield throwing blocks for last. That's what I'm talking about. This is a serious matter, folks. That battle for 10th or so is very important. Throwing dirty late blocks, that's what we like to see here. As we're single file on the top, Barfield looking to form a bottom lane, wanting some help. Finally going to get it. Here comes Sullivan, the Canadian. Gives him a Canadian push, which is terrible. He's going to drop to the back now. Meanwhile, the 37 of Barfield thinking about taking out Samara. We're going to see if he can do it. Let's hop on board with Bryce Barfield. See if he's going to take out. Oh, he's getting a big run in the corner. Look at that run. The whole top lane just kind of checked up. Bryce Barfield sitting in there, gaining a few spots. We're going to see if the bottom line can form now. Needs more help. Sullivan in the 69 trying to shove him up there, but they're going to need more help than that. As we head into lap number 22 here out of 100, Chris Vincent is putting on a clinic out front. Still your race leader. Fastest lap of the session just turned, folks. Thomas Villano, 29.77. Bottom lane, got a few cars down there now. How about that 94 of Peyton Barfield? He's being really patient, just pushing Chris Vincent. Hasn't tried to make any moves at all. Let's hop on board with our second place car, the McDonough Georgian, Peyton Barfield. Folks, Peyton Barfield, one of the biggest Hutchinson Motorsports TV fans you'll ever see. This man never misses a stream. And he was one of the lucky winners, folks. Peyton Barfield, believe it or not, he won a free 1-year membership to Hutchinson Motorsports TV. When I called him and let him know the news, he got emotional. He just started crying on the phone. He said there's nothing more he ever wanted than to get a free membership to Hutchinson Motorsports TV because he knows, trust me, folks, he knows this, that Hutchinson Motorsports TV is the best streaming service in the world, and nobody understands that more than the 94 of Peyton Barfield out of McDonough, Georgia. He loves Hutchinson Motorsports TV, and can you blame him? I sure can't. Meanwhile, we'll drop back here. Brian Samara hanging out in the back of the pack after almost getting junked by Chad White. Currently holding on to the 7th position. Oh, we got one down again. These guys are dirty drivers. These guys are absolute dirty drivers. Looks like Barfield's going to drop back. He's going to lose the draft as well. They're just trying to take each other out. He tried to take him out and put him in the wall. Fortunately for him, he saved it, but he does end up losing the draft. So now we got, 5 cars off the pace here, not in the draft. But we're going to be coming to a stage break here in about 5 laps as Chris Vincent continues to lead this race. Peyton Barfield might just be helping Chris win the points championship. He says, Chris, you might be the points leader. I'm just going to push you and give you a max points day, bud. I don't care. Samara, though, working his way to the field. Samara knows he needs every point he can get. He's trying to run down Vincent in that points lead. Really wants to finish ahead of him, but it's going to be tough. Especially with these guys racing 3 wide right behind him. Has no help. They're 3 wide back there, folks. Keep our eyes right here. Look at this. What are these clowns doing? They're just trying to lose the draft. You got Rhodes, Chasm, and Villano going 3 wide with no help, and they're going to lose the draft because of it. That's some good racing right there, folks. Looks like Rhodes trying to stuff him in the wall. Rhodes is getting tired of driving 3 wide. He's going to stuff somebody in the wall. And the 3 car gives him a little bit of door action. The 71 doors the 20. Doors the 20 again. They're struggling, folks. Dropping to the rear. He's now the last car in the pack. What a smart move to take that 3 wide. Look how it worked out for him, folks. Well done. Now that's some racing. Meanwhile, we got a 4-car breakaway pack. Cam Patterson and the Seahawks, number 38. Been a quiet race for him, but he's been doing surprisingly well after starting all the way back in 10th. Up to 3rd here for the end of the stage. We got 2 laps till the stage break. So it's going to be the end of the next lap. Samara needs to try to make a move to find a way around that 33, but it's going to be tough. Especially with only 4 cars in this pack. And Barfield is just glued to that back bumper. So let's hop on board here with the number 53, Brian Samara. Most people would be content here, just finish this lap out. But at the end of this lap, we're going to be throwing a stage break. Samara going to go to the inside. Wants to gain that spot here. Has no help. Not going to work out for him as they enter the tri-oval. Going to cross the line. Samara in 4th for the stage. Your stage winner going to be Chris Vincent, followed by Peyton Barfield, Cam Patterson, Brian Samara, Cody Chasm, Justin Rhodes, Riley Sullivan. Caution is out, folks. Let's get some Hutchinson Motorsports tunes playing, and we're going to watch these pit stops. We're here at Atlanta Motor Speedway 100 lapper tonight. Vincent narrowly wins the race off of pit road. It's a side-by-side there for Vincent and Barfield. But Vincent going to hold on to his race lead in an absolute rocket ship tonight. Basically has led this whole thing, folks. How about a shout out, folks? Toby Bird and that 22. Absolute junk. In the chat, Christian Taylor tuning in. Unable to race tonight, he's farming corn. Thanks for tuning in, Christian. Who you pulling for, bud? Nova 01 pulling for the 33. That's Chris Vincent. Nova, you picked a good one tonight because Chris Vincent is dominating this race. Is Chris Vincent the GOAT? Can he win this without even drafting? He might just leave the whole pack. Might just leave the pack on his own. Lap the field, you never know. Because that 33 car is hooked up tonight. Convey in the chat, one of the biggest fans of Hutchinson Motorsports TV history, pulling for the 94 of Peyton Barfield. Peyton's been in second place this entire race, Convey. Can he pull it off? Take over the race lead and win it? Hopefully he can do it for you, bud. Noto in the chat pulling for the 37 of Bryce Barfield. Well, Bryce has been kind of slow tonight, Noto. He needs to take some notes from his brother Peyton. Peyton has been bad, fast. Bryce, not so much. Kind of been junk. And the pace car is in. Field is set. We are ready to go green again here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Green flag in the air. Not a good start for most of these guys through the field. All struggling here to get going. Vincent and Barfield getting back together just like they did the entire stage one. Bottom lane trying to get hooked up, but we've seen it all race long, folks. That top line has been the place to be. There's been a couple pushes on the bottom, but none of them have been successful. So Vincent and Barfield, they know they're in the place they want to be right now. But don't count out Samara in that 53 as well. Meanwhile, not too much going on through the field. Let's drop back a little bit. Bottom lane trying to get some momentum going. The 38 of Patterson, first car in the bottom line, looking to get some push from the 20 of Villano. But he better be careful because Villano is not one you want pushing you because he'll just junk you. One of the dirtiest drivers in the field, not going to lie. Folks, quickest lap of the session just turned by none other than the 19, the youngin, the Brockport, New Yorker, Logan Festchischen, 29.63. Quick time. Let's hop on board with that number 19 of Festchischen. He just put down a scorcher of a lap. And he's switching lines here. Nowhere to go for Festchischen. This track isn't very wide. It is not easy to pass unless you take them 3 wide. If they're 2x2, it's tough to pass. Got to figure something out. Track position's important here, folks. As we head into lap number 40 out of 100 here shortly. Chris Vincent just putting on a clinic out front. He's been bad fast. Basically led every single lap. I think there was 1 or 2 he might have not had. But he's been hooked up. But looking at the chat here, Noto really has some faith in Bryce Barfield to get to the front. I don't know, Noto. Bryce is kind of junk here. Not going to lie, you know. Typically, I'd agree with you. But let's see where Bryce is right. Look at him. He's all the way back here. He's screwing around. That 37 just messing around in the back while his brother is bad fast up front. Let's hop on board with Bryce Barfield and see why he's so slow. Is he even full throttle? I don't think he is. I think he's too scared to go full throttle here at Atlanta. That's his problem. Definitely the problem. So it's confirmed, folks. Bryce Barfield too scared to go full throttle at Atlanta. So he's in the back. But he's going to try to take him 3 wide. He's probably going to get stuffed in the wall. They're going to see if it's going to work out for the 37. Hanging out the 3 car to dry and Festchischen throwing a block. He says, that's my spot, nerd, later. Look at that good block there from Festchischen. He's wheeling that spot. They're back in about 10th. They're racing like it's for the win, bud. 3 wide for last. How about this? Chad White racing hard for last. 3 wide with Rhodes and Bird. Look at this, folks. Love seeing it. 3 wide, duking it out for dead last. Now that's some Hutchinson Motorsports action right there. That's what we like to see. The battle for last. The most important one on the track. Who cares who's leading the race? We want to know who's in dead last. And right now, it's the 71 of Justin Rhodes. Not for long, though. He's getting a run. He's going to put Chad White in the last. He says, Chad, you're slower than me, bud. Blows by him. But here comes White. They're looking to take it 3 wide for last again. Justin Rose, he's sick of being in last. He wants to put the 28 back there for good. Can he get a run? He's going to go to the high line. Meanwhile, out front, the bottom lane, finally getting some momentum. Here comes the Air Canada 69 of Riley Sullivan, getting a big push. Top side has been dominated all race long. Can the bottom line finally get rolling? Peyton Barfield pushing that 33 of Chris Vincent. The bottom lane looks to have a better connection here onto the backstretch. Here comes Sullivan, bumper to bumper with the 38 of Patterson. Heading into turn 4, going to be a drag race off the corner. Riley Sullivan going to take over the race lead. If he was smart, he'd throw a block up high, because we know that high side is going to come back in. So Sullivan officially your lap leader there for lap 44. As we head into 45, we're nearly halfway done in this one, folks. I'm pretty certain these guys are going to have to pit one more time. So there is going to be another pit stop. It'd be impressive if they could stay green the entire race here at Atlanta. And there goes the high side. Riley Sullivan trying to door him. He says, you guys might be faster if I race clean, but that's why I'm going to door you. He just slams into your race leader, trying to junk the 33 because he knows that Chris Vincent is too fast for him. Meanwhile, dropping back, the battle for last has changed up a little bit. It's Cody Chasm out of Hampton, Virginia. Let's hop on board, see why Cody is so slow. Yep, folks, it's confirmed Cody is just scared to get on the gas. Yep, he's just scared back there. Absolutely terrified. That's why he's running dead last. So let's go back up here. We got Brian Samara currently running in the 5th spot. Solid day for Samara, but unfortunately for him, the points leader, the guy he's trying to run down in the point standing, is having a much better day because Chris Vincent is back into the race lead. Side by side draft in action here. 5150 Cup Series Racing, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. The best streaming service in the business in front of a sold-out crowd at Atlanta. Can you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? We sold out Atlanta Motor Speedway on a Tuesday night. Incredible. Never would have thought it was possible. You know, I was talking with some fans earlier on. Went up in the grandstands, and I asked them, what race do you look forward to the most here in Atlanta? Because, you know, they get a bunch of big races. They have 2 Cup Series races, Xfinity races, truck races, all kinds of stuff here. They said, hell, we don't care about the Cup Series. We just want the 5150 Cup Series. NASCAR is nothing. So these folks, this is their favorite race of the season, the 5150 Cup Series. Because they know that Chris Vincent was coming to town with a hooked-up race car. And if you just joined, folks, Chris Vincent was asking me for some setup help the other day, and I was able to help him out. And as you can tell, my setup definitely worked. Because he's the fastest car on the track. He is definitely hooked up. But here comes Festitian. He's going to throw a move, go to the bottom line. He says, somebody give me some help, boys. We are going to the front. Can Festitian get a push there by Sullivan? Side by side, here comes the bottom line once again. Festitian looking for a little bit more help. With a big push down the backstretch, enter in the corner. Festitian getting to the door of the 3rd car. Up, and the bottom lane's momentum is going to fall apart right here in the tri-oval. Folks, you can always tell how a line is running. Look at the 3rd car. If the 3rd car on the line is screwing around, kind of like Cam Patterson is, your line is going nowhere. So let's change it up. Let's go up to our eyes in the sky, folks. How about it? The most beautiful view in the business, the Hutchinson Motorsports blimp. Wow, what a view. Never seen anything like it. Absolutely incredible. We're watching the youngin, the Brockport New Yorker, Logan Festischen. He's in the bottom line, trying to get that bottom line rolling, but it's just not been there tonight, folks. The high side has been the place to be, and all night long it's been Chris Vincent out front leading that pack. But Peyton Barfield, he's got to be thinking, when is it my time to strike? When is Peyton Barfield gonna make a move? Meanwhile, Bryce Barfield working his way up through the field. He is up to the 4th position. After screwing around in the back, finally manned up and started throwing down the throttle all the way. He was scared to death back there earlier on. Probably running half throttle around here. But he put it down, pedal to the metal, worked his way up to the front, and here he is up to 4th. As we head into lap number 56 here shortly, it's been the Chris Vincent Show, the Holman, Wisconsin. Pretty much led every lap except maybe 3 or 4 of them. But let's go through the field a little bit. Let's see who's in dead last. How about it? It's Toby Bird. He's been in a junk race car all night long. Nothing's changed. Toby Bird winning the Hutchinson Motorsports battle for dead last. Let's hop on board, Toby. See how you're doing, bud. Currently, you're watching Toby Bird in dead last, but he's trying to make a pass. He is sick of being in last. He's taking him 3 wide. Another 3 wide battle for last. Looks like Bird's still going to command that spot. But he's going to blow by the 38. And how about it? Cam Patterson going from hero to zero. He's had a good year, but he sucks at Atlanta. Dead last for the Alabama native, Cam Patterson. Boy, that 38 car is absolute junk. Side by side battle here. Cam Patterson looking to take him 3 wide again for the last. But, folks, looks like the 3 car going to take over the spot. That's Cody Chasm, has a little bit of damage on the front end. But I don't think that's slowing his car down. I just think he's slow. But back out front here, Chris Vincent still rocking and rolling on the high side. Peyton Barfield glued to his bumper all race long. Hasn't even thought about making a move to the bottom. Peyton Barfield putting on a drafting clinic. I tell you what, Peyton has watched so many races on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. It's taught him a lot here at these drafting races. He told me the other day he learned everything he ever knew about racing from Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Which I definitely can't blame him, because we have the largest streaming library in the world. Oh, we got one off pace. The 00 almost junked it. He's able to save it. Riley Sullivan smoking, has some serious damage. Green flag is still out, as that was a 1-car incident. Sullivan, his night's basically done for. He's going to have to go down pit road. He's going to need to use a fast repair, folks, and get back out there and hope for a caution. So we go back out front, still under green. Chris Vincent, your race leader, with Bryce Barfield right behind him, followed by Peyton Barfield's in second. Then we got Bryce Barfield in 4th. And fifth spot is that 28 car of Chad White. Chad White tried to junk Brian Samara earlier. 100% intentional. Let's hop on board with the 28 of Chad White. And Chad's feeling good here. Folks, we're in a lap number 61 here, which means it's time for a non-stop action Hutchinson Motorsports break. But don't you worry. We're going to stay tuned right here on the track so you can watch the action. Let's get the Hutchinson Motorsports tunes going. We're going to take a short break and be back to see the end of this one.
Talking about me, haters would. Got myself, oh yes, I knew. control. Oh, if you open up your eyes and let me know, I think we could be something so good. I'm not gonna let you walk away. Oh, baby, love me now. Say that to me. Oh, baby, love me
As we return back from break, heading into lap number 70, just 30 left to go. Chris Vincent still out front. Folks putting on an absolute clinic. That 33 machine is hooked up tonight. Basically, it led the whole thing. Looks like it's single file on the top right now. Nobody wanted to try that bottom line. It has been struggling here tonight. A lot of unsuccessful attempts on that bottom lane. As we look through the field, Riley Sullivan is at least a lap down after having to pit under green. 3 laps down. That's unfortunate. So his race is basically over. But we got a little bit of a battle for last right here, folks. Evan Dyes and Cody Chasm duking it out. They have lost the pack draft, so they're together. Looks like the final car in the main draft is actually right here. Festchician in the 8th spot. And we got Justin Rhodes and Volano and Poplin off pace as well. So these 3 hoping for a caution. This is exactly what Vincent wants to see. He wants these packs to break up as much as they can. So it's a lot harder to get around them. Because we know that bottom line struggles to begin with. And if you don't have much help, no way he's going to get past. It's all going to come down to what Peyton Barfield does at the end of this race. If there's a run on the bottom line, Peyton Barfield's going to have to leave him for Chris Vincent to get past up there. Which he might do. Most definitely might do here. But it's all about the timing, though. Because we still got 27 laps left to go here. Hutchinson Motorsports TV. 5150 Cup Series action. Been a good one so far. There hasn't been a single accident. There was a 1-car incident when Sullivan junked his car, but no caution there. The only caution had been the stage brake. Meanwhile, nothing much going on here. Everybody pretty content on where they're at. I'm surprised at how dominant that high side has been. Samara currently running third. He's been there most of the day. Bryce Barfield looking to make a move onto the bottom, but it's not there. He's just asking for somebody. Meanwhile, Toby Bird struggling to hang on to the back of that draft. That's how slow Toby's car is. He's just going to lose the draft on his own. We're on board with Toby Bird. He's the last car in this front pack. Oh, and it looks like pit stops have started, folks. Festchician down pit road. Villano coming off of pit road. We got Cam Patterson as well. So we got a few cars electing to pit early. But a big botch there from Festician. Not sure if he sped down pit road, but looks like he's serving a penalty right now. So that's basically going to ruin the race there for Patterson and Villano because they aren't together either. So they have no draft help. Folks, these green flag stops, it's going to be all about pitting together with people. You want to enter the pits with a pack so you can leave the pits with a pack, because if you come out on your own, you are toast here at this draft track. Because here, let's hop on board. Let's see the difference. Hang on. Let me pull up my Hutchinson Motorsports dashboard. So here's our race leaders. They're going 183 miles an hour onto the backstretch. And then look, you see Patterson going 176 on his own. So a 5 mile an hour difference, which honestly I thought it'd be more than that, but that adds up pretty quick. If you're continuously 5 miles an hour slower. Oh, here we go. Backstretch 174. So yeah, you're looking at about 10 mile an hour difference continuously if you have no draft help. So we're going to see when our race leaders elect to come down pit road. So far, the only ones to have pit: Villano, Festician, and Patterson. With 20 laps left to go, it's just a matter of time. We haven't had a wreck yet, so if you're counting on a caution right now, you're betting on the wrong team. We got a couple of lappers up here. These guys have pit already. Vincent dropping out the bottom. He might be coming down pit road. Here comes Vincent and Barfield. They're locking it up. Uh-oh. These guys are going pretty quick. Hopefully they were able to slow it down enough. Samara was struggling there. Able to save it, though, coming down pit lane. So we got Vincent, Barfield, Samara, and Barfield all down pit lane right now. So 4 of our leaders coming down pit lane. Meanwhile, Chad White, currently your race leader, but he's got no draft help. So tough way to end that for Chad. So Justin Rhodes going to come down pit lane as well. That's going to leave Aaron Poplin and Chad White out front. But they are not together. Poplin probably should have pit there. So White, Rhodes, all down pit road as well. So we got Poplin, your race leader. How about it, Aaron Poplin? He just wanted to lead a lap. Well done. Aaron loves Hooters. It might be a dying chain, but this man is a big fan of Hooters. And he doesn't like it for the food, if you know what I mean. Here comes the 63, Aaron Poplin. He looks pretty fast there. He's speeding. I don't know. But Aaron Poplin down pit lane. That's going to make Cody Chasm and Evan Dyes. These two have not pit. They're going to stay out. So Cody Chasm going to become your de facto race leader. I believe these two are the last 2 cars to pit. So let's see how our former race leaders came out. So they come out here with Peyton Barfield front of the pack. So this is essentially your race for the lead. So the 2 Barfields out front, they just ditched Vincent. They said, Vincent, you might have dominated this race, but we pulled the old trickaroo on you in pit road. Some shenanigans going on. Barfield shenanigans. Tricking Chris Vincent, making him the final car in this pack. Chris, that's a losing fight there. You know the Barfields are going to stay together. Oh, Peyton Barfield has to serve a penalty. That's unfortunate. Peyton Barfield down the pit road, having to serve a penalty. Way to choke the race away, Peyton. So that's going to ruin his race. He's basically toast. So right now, this is your new battle for the race lead. Bryce Barfield, currently your leader. We're going to see what kind of pushing Chris Vincent can do, as Vincent has basically led the entire race. These two don't really seem to be working together. They seem to be blocking as opposed to pushing. So we only got 15 laps to go. They are your 2 leaders. Then behind him, about about 7 seconds behind our race leaders. We got a 3-car pack of Samara, Poplin, and Rhodes. I don't see him. I definitely don't see him running that gap down. So they're definitely going to need a caution. I mean, yeah, they got 3 cars instead of 2, but that's not going to be a 7-second difference. And then behind them, we got Chad White and Toby Bird in 6th and 7th. And then behind them, Cam Patterson all on his own. Then you got Thomas Villano with Logan Festishin, Cody Chasm and Evan Dyes, and Justin Rhodes. So your race leader, Bryce Barfield, after a masterful pit strategy stop, entered the pits probably in about 4th place, comes out as your leader. Well done, Bryce Barfield, but there's still some work to do as we got about 13 laps left to go, and he's got to hold off that rocket ship of Chris Vincent in the 33. It's definitely going to be hard to pass, though, in a 2-car pack here, folks. We know the high side's dominant, and with no help, there's basically no way to pass unless you just absolutely door the guy. So we're going to see what Vincent has up his sleeve here as we run into the nitty-gritty for this. So let's take a short little break before we get into the finish of this. We'll stay tuned right here onto the track. Hutchinson Motorsports TV non-stop. Short break coming. We'll be back shortly. And we're back from break here. Nothing's changed. Just 9 laps left to go. There goes the 94 of Bryce Barfield. Off pace, all on his own, having to serve a late penalty after speeding on his green flag pit stop. Unfortunate, as Barfield had a great night going. Rough way to end it. 2 laps down for Peyton Barfield, but his brother Bryce Barfield trying to take it home for the family. Coming to 7 laps left to go. It's a 2-car breakaway here for the race lead. Tell you what, Bryce Barfield is definitely in a good spot here. It is going to be tough to get around that 37 car with no help. We've seen it all race long. That high side has been the place to be. Vincent's going to have to try here later on to drop back a little bit, get a big run on that 37 and make a maneuver around him. But even once you get side by side, you're basically going to come to a halt there. As long as Barfield plays this off right, he should be able to win this race, unless that 33 of Vincent wants to junk him, which, would you blame him? I would. I'd just turn him right now. Just put him right in the wall. take home this win. So we got 6 laps left to go. Bryce Barfield, your race leader here, trying to hold off Benson, who has dominated this race. As we got a pack formed here, side by side. At least we got a little bit of a battle. These guys duking it out here. This is basically for nothing. You got a couple of lap cars in here. Cody Chatham running in 9th, Cam Patterson 8th. So basically, Cam Patterson throwing a block for 8th. There you go. Well done. Patterson blocking the whole line. This is for 8th spot. About 8th through 13th. Patterson trying to drive like a school bus, take up the entire road. With 5 laps left to go, folks, we're watching a race for nothing. These guys are in the back, and it's for a reason. They're slow. So we go back out front. Bryce Barfield, still your race leader. Oh, Chris Vincent here struggling. Not sure what happened here. Let's rewind it and see what happened to Chris Vincent. Keep going. Hang on here, folks. Here we go. So they're coming to to Peyton Barfield, the 94. Oh, a scary moment there for the 33. The Barfields trying to pick one another up, and it costs Chris Vincent as he hits the wall. So right now, Vincent, he has worked his way back up to 3rd, though. Samara would love to get around Vincent to gain a point, but it looks like it's not going to happen. As the 37 of Bryce Barfield, he is your race leader. The 94 is 2 laps down. Almost 3. So keep in mind that 94 car is multiple laps down. As we come to 2 to go, Bryce Barfield and the 37, your race leader, but Chris Vincent right there on the back bumper. And just what Vincent wanted, he's finally got some people around him. That's the only way he's going to find a way around that 37. Samara looking to strike. He's going to need some help on the bottom. With 2 laps left to go, we're coming to the white flag. He's got his teammate behind him. The 63 of Poplin, he needs to get up to his back bumper quick, though. Oh, and Samara into the wall. White flag's in the air. We're staying green. Samara just junked it. Takes Justin Rhodes with him. So out front, Bryce Barfield, your race leader. Vincent looking to make a move. But it's not going to happen because he's got his brother, the lap car, in front of him. In the turns 3 and 4, Vincent looking to put him in the wall. Almost did so. Out of the corner. It's going to be a drag race. The 37 of Barfield. Checkered flag. Bryce Barfield, your winner at Atlanta. What a finish there. Samara tried to make something happen. Still ends up with a 4th place finish. But let's pull up your results. Do a quick little interview with your race winner. Bryce Barfield taking it home. After Chris Vincent dominated the whole thing, they came out of the pits on that green flag stop, and the Barfields overtook them. Unfortunate run there for Peyton Barfield. He was fast all night long, but he sped down pit road. Had to serve a penalty. Finishes 3 laps down. So we're going to give Bryce a moment to join the chat. Bryce, you better hurry up or I'm calling the end of this stream. As we pull your results up, Bryce Barfield winner. Vincent, Poplin, Samara, and Rhodes, your top 5. Let's pull up Aaron Poplin real quick. Aaron, Blake in the booth, you got me?
You got me there?
Yep, I copy. Hey, took home 3rd place finish. How'd the car feel?
Man, that was a tough race. It got kind of bogged back there at the beginning of the stage and lost it and was able to kind of catch back up there with strategy, but those tires, you don't expect them to be worth so much in a track like where you're drafting the whole time.
Yeah, definitely. And it seemed like all night long that high line was the place to be.
Oh my gosh, the Highline just had it. You could get a little bit of speed on the inside there, but you just accordion so bad, and you never had a chance to get up.
Yeah, definitely. And, it looked like the boss man, Brian Samari, he tried to throw a move there at the end to get the bottom lane rolling and unfortunately stuffed it into the wall.
Yeah.
But he still
We
took
tried
home
to get
for
it back up there.
Yeah, and it definitely worked out kind of out of nowhere. I kind of thought the top two were gone, and then out of nowhere, you guys were all right there with them.
Yeah, I got to give hands to Brian and Justin there. They did a good job pushing me to get us all back up there with the leaders.
Yep, definitely. But hey, you did a great job taking home a podium finish here for Team BCI after your teammate JT Tinker just decided to no call, no show.
Yeah, we got to rep one for our fallen comrade there.
Yes, sir. But hey, before you head out, Aaron, you got any shout outs?
I think that's it. Shout out to JT, shout out to Brian. I'd say shout out to the Panthers who didn't run today, but they're just going to go lose some more.
Yeah. So, that's something I forgot to mention. I talked with Brian a little bit, but how are you feeling about those Carolina Panthers?
I'm ready for pain.
Yeah, well, at least you're ready for it because that's what you're going to get this year. But hey, great job out there, Aaron, taking home the third place finish for Team BCI.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir. Aaron Poplin, third place finisher. Not seeing our second place finishers. Are going to go ahead and pull up our race winner, Bryce Barfield. Bryce, Blake in the booth, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, a big win for you out of nowhere. You guys had a little bit of a challenge there at the end, but you're able to take it home.
Yeah, it was fun. Got a lot of help there at the end that helped me out. The pit stop really put us out front, so it was a good race.
Yeah, definitely did well. That pit stop, you did a great job. Ended up coming out there in front of Vincent, but unfortunately, it looked like your brother there must have sped off a pit road, huh?
Yeah, he sped off the road. We caught him there, perfect timing there at the end. So it was a lot of fun, though.
Yep. Hey, great job bringing home a big win here. That should feel good about the playoffs coming up. So before you head out, you got any shout-outs?
Yeah, shout out to Peyton, obviously. Huge help there at the end. Chris, he was a lot of help there at the end. That was a fun race, though.
Yes, sir. Hey, great job. I'm not sure how many wins you got on the season, but definitely a number of them. So you can tally another one here tonight. But guess next week we're going to be at Watkins Glen. How you feeling about that?
Unfortunately, I won't be there next week for Watkins Glen, so I'll have
Okay.
to look forward to the next one.
All right. Well, hey, I don't blame you. So hey, good job out there tonight. I'll let you head down, celebrate.
All right, 10-4. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Bryce Barfield, your winner here at Atlanta. Folks, what a finish there at the end. Out of nowhere, that pack ran down your race leaders. Almost put a move on and took it over, but unable to do so. But we appreciate you tuning in, spending your Tuesday night right here. Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Folks, next week, we're going to be at Watkins Glen, but unfortunately, it will not be broadcasted. So we're not going to be live here next Tuesday night. So we'll be back following week here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV, but don't you worry, because Thursday night we're going to be back right here for the Stars and Stripes Racing League. And then next week we kick off Wednesday night. Next is Sim Racing Truck Series. We're going to be doing the playoffs for those guys over there. But again, thanks for tuning in, spending your Tuesday night right here with the GOAT, Blake Hutchinson, here